The Landscape of Memory project, including the Calgary Soldiers Memorial in Calgary, Alberta, is a significant landmark in the city, with multiple components, with each component designed with purpose and significant meaning to invoke the spirit of memory. Memory comes from a Latin root word, memor, meaning mindful, grateful, or remembering. In the same sense, the Landscape of Memory perfectly represents the sentiment of mindfulness, with the open recreational spaces also acting as a space for reflection and contemplation on the legacy of those fallen. This stretch is situated by downtown Calgary along Memorial Drive and the Bow River, in the heartland of southern Alberta. This area offers a wide variety of small businesses and parks, with biking being especially popular. Along the variety of paths and roads lie poplar trees, which are also part of the Landscape of Memory project, serving as living graves to commemorate the dead who paid the ultimate price. These poplar trees began to show up in 1922 when families of soldiers who died in World War I began to plant these trees when nobody was returned to bury. The families planted trees as a means to preserve the living legacy of their loved ones. Later on, the trees were adopted by the city as a part of the Landscape of Memory project due to their significant meaning to the community and the families within. Each tree represents a soldier who died fighting abroad but was unable to have their body returned, a living reminder of their sacrifice and vibrant legacy of courage. As you travel along Memorial Drive, you come to a place known as Poppy Plaza, named after the symbol of honor and sacrifice that has become synonymous with Canadian remembrance. Heritage trees are scattered through the gaps in the wood decking, being representative of growth and contemplation the area evokes from many people. A large sign that spells out Memorial can be seen from the street, as well as reinforcements and railings made out of weathered steel, which has since turned brown by design. The design contrasts with the seasons, remaining the same despite the environment around it changing, representing the eternal sacrifice made by Canadian soldiers around the world. If you go through the plaza now, you'll go down a path by the Bow River and finally arrive at the Calgary Soldiers Memorial, which sits atop a berm surrounded by the same weathered steel as the Poppy Plaza, inscribed with battle honors from various Calgary regiments. The memorial was incorporated into the Landscape of Memory project in 2008, several years before it was finished and dedicated to many of the oldest regiments in Calgary on April 9, 2011, with each marble slab having the cap badge of a specific unit accompanied by a list of engagements the division was defined by. The first slab closest to the flag, which faces the Bow River, has inscribed the first line of the poem In Flanders Fields. It reads, "We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow." A stark reminder of the humanity and homesickness the soldiers felt while away from their homes. The regiments commemorated on each slab are the King's Own Calgary Regiment, the 746 Communications Squadron, the 41st Combat Engineer Regiment, the 15th Field Ambulance, the Calgary Highlanders, and finally the 10th and 50th Battalion of Canadian Expeditionary Forces. The choice of marble slabs was made as a nod to the Commonwealth Wargrave Commission, which was known for using white marble, headstones, and crosses to commemorate Commonwealth soldiers who fell overseas fighting for our freedoms, as well as for the contrast at night and during the day when the illuminated marble shines as a beacon of hope to soldiers abroad and at home. Lighting is a common theme in the Landscape of Memory, being along the Bow River. The lighting is often said to reflect onto the water, with the silent, still monuments watching the fast-flowing waters of the river rush by, symbolic of the dead lying still as they watch generations swiftly pass by them. The memorial is positioned purposefully facing Mawada Armory, the home base and final stop for generations of Calgarian soldiers before they were sent abroad. Now, the memorial stands as a symbol of unity and hope as the berm it sits on unites the river, pedestrian paths, and Memorial Drive together. The project as a whole concluded in summer 2013, with the finishing touches on each portion of the project being finalized and monuments being officially dedicated to Calgarian soldiers. Since then, it has become a popular site for Remembrance Day events and for visitors to and natives of Calgary. The space acts as a public recreational site, as a place for contemplation, reflection, and remembrance year-round. The beauty of the land on which the project sits, as well as the monuments upon it, serve a purpose of reminding the surrounding community of the nobility and sacrifice, the importance of reflection, and how imperative it is that all Canadians are mindful of how they can best exemplify the qualities of respect, selflessness, and valor in their everyday life.